So this was a question that was done incorrectly by many on the Dep. It's all about understanding total contribution, which technically relates to break even. So although the question's not asking you to work out the contribution per unit, I will just remind people how we work it out. So contribution per unit is calculated by doing the selling price minus the variable costs. So it's this aspect that when we're talking about contribution, variable costs have been deducted. So the difference between contribution per unit and total contribution is that contribution per unit is on one item, as total contribution would be multiplied by the number that we sell. So why is the revenue figure higher than the total contribution figure? Well, it's simply because variable costs have been deducted when we arrive at the 15,900. So to work out my total variable costs, it's just the difference between the revenue figure, which is 22,500, and the total contribution, which is 15,900. So that gets you your total variable costs. Alright, so now that you know that your total variable costs equate to 16,600, and the question's asking you to work out the fixed costs, well, you're given the total costs, and total costs can only be fixed and variable. So if 6,600 of those costs are variable, then the remainder is fixed. So then all you have to do is 20,650 minus the 6,600, and then that will obviously give you your remaining costs, which are your fixed, which is the answer. So therefore, we should have got an answer of 14,050. Average rate of return question, also not done very well on the recent Dep. So I'm just going to go through it. So it says, based on the data in Figure 2, calculate the average rate of return. So the average rate of return is all to do with the yearly return. So it's all to do with your yearly return on investment. Alright? So it's basically, what are you getting back based on what you invested? So it's your yearly return on your investment. And the investment is always shown on year 0, alright? i.e. net return, it's negative 6 million, because in year 0 that's the cost of the investment, so we spent 6 million. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to find out what our yearly return is as a percentage of what we invested. So that's what we are trying to work out. So I will go through step by step how we work out the average rate of return for the above. So the first thing you have to do is just to add up the nets, all right, for each year. Well, there's 3 years, and it gives you the net 3, 2, and 2. All right. So all we do is we add them together. 3 plus 2 plus 2 equals 7. But we must remember now to deduct the actual cost, which was 6. That's why even in this table here it's been done for you. That's what the 1 is, because when we take away 6, alright, we are left with 1 million. Alright? So that's 1 million profit after 3 years. However, we want to work out what the yearly profit is. So then we take the 1 million and we divide it by the number of years, which in this case is 3 years, which is going to get us an answer of 333,333. Okay, so now we've worked out what our yearly profit is, which is 333,300. We can now finish this off and express it as a percentage of the investment, because to finish it off, all we have to do is the 333,333 divided by the 6 mil, multiply it by 100, and that will give us an answer of around about 5%. 5.5. So that means our yearly return on the 6 million that we invested based on our yearly profit is 5.5%. So you just add up the nets minus the cost, divide by years, and then divide that by the cost of the investment, times it by 100.